Hi all, this is Subbu. Welcome to the new video series. As part of this series, we are going to discuss complete about L1 DBA task. So out of this, today we are going to completely focus on the SQL Server internal tools. Out of that, we are going to focus activity monitor, generate script, import and export. So how these tools been using and what is the main purpose of this tool and how to access this tool and how to what kind of activities we can perform. Completely we are going to discuss in this session. Okay, out of that, first we are going to discuss about the activity monitor. So activity monitor is a feature in the SQL Server Management Studio that will display the information about entire SQL Server processors and their effect of SQL Server performance, like how the SQL Server is performing and using the graphical user interface. There are a lot of enhancement done by the SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, from SQL Server 2008 onwards. When we go for activity monitor, like process time, waiting task, database IO, batch request, process and resource waits, and data files IO, and a lot of and also additional like active expensive queries, recent expensive queries. A lot of enhancement done by when you open activity monitor. And if you wanted to access the activity monitor and if you wanted to see the resources which been currently running at the SQL instance, so we must also required view server set permission. So when you open the activity monitor, so you will get the overview, you will get the process, you will get the resource weights, data files IO, recent expensive queries, active expensive queries, like top consuming queries, okay, active and recent. So you will get uh, all this such kind of information when you open activity monitor. We have other like sp underscore who2 sys process. So we have DMVs, we have external store procedures which Microsoft is provided. Beyond that, if you wanted to see all at one shot, so activity monitor is the best tool where you can get a complete information using the graphical user interface. And we can also try to change the interval time of the activity monitor. By default, the refresh of interval is 10 seconds. If you want, we can change the interval time, or refresh interval time of the activity monitor. Let's go on, just let's open the activity monitor and see what activities we can do with the activity monitor and how to open activity monitor in different ways. So let's go on, work on it. So out of that, first we need to open SQL Server Management Studio. Once you open the SQL Server Management Studio, okay, first we need to connect to the instance. So that can be any instance. So whatever the instance you are having some performance issue or you need to start monitoring the process, try to open that instance first from the SQL Server Management Studio. Once you connect to the instance, just right click on the instance, go to the activity monitor. You will find the activity monitor. You can just open activity monitor. So you will get a new window, object explorer, and you will get overview, process, okay, and resource weights, and also you will see the data files IOs and recent expensive queries and active expensive queries. You will get the complete information from one place, that is activity monitor. That is one major advantage using. So everyone knows, like, we already having a external store procedure, that is sp underscore who2. When you run sp underscore who2 also, you will get currently how many processes are running and which process is consuming lot of the cpu and io and large batch, what is the programming name. Same, we are also getting same level of information from activity monitor. But we are getting additional thing here when we compare with sp underscore who2, that is wait type and wait time as well. So you are getting the block time, you are getting the wait resource, and you are getting the weight type as well, and you will get all the sessions, user sessions you will get it, and also you will get you can also use the filter command. So if you wanted to filter with the current database, so I don't want to see all the process in all the databases. Let's go and see. I wanted to see only specific database, how many process currently running. So better you can go and filter with that database. You will get complete information only with that database. So for example, I don't want all. I just want make only to see Adventure Work 2017. Only one process is running on Adventure Works 2017. If I want to perform certain things, when I open new query window, okay, you can see one more process. So couple of process, because so one process, it is application is running, and you can see the process which is been using on Adventure Work 2017, and that kind of information you can get it. And if you wanted to kill the process, you can kill the process. And you wanted to open the trace file, and you wanted to open the profiler for that specific process, you are good to open the profiler for that specific process. That is one of the major advantage using activity monitor, which is not, we cannot perform directly from sp underscore who2. Means whenever we click on the process, I cannot directly go and open the active profiler from the sp underscore who2, but it is possible using activity monitor, and I can kill the process directly from the activity monitor, which is not possible whenever you open sp underscore who2. You need to perform manually kill and pass the so and so sp id. Okay, so that is one major advantage you will see with the activity monitor. And also, if you want to uh, like increase or decrease the refresh cycle, refresh interval, you can right click on anywhere. You can just right click on overview and click on refresh, and you can change. As I told you, by default, okay, your cycle will be 10 seconds, refresh interval will be 10 seconds. If you wanted to increase to 15 or 30 or 1 minute, we are good to increase the refresh interval time as well. That is what majorly will see from the activity monitor. It is like advanced level of sp underscore who2, where we can get a process list, and where we can get the resource weights, what kind of weights you are able to see currently. And also you will see the data file ios, input outputs, and the top recent expensive queries. Also we will get the active expensive queries, current running expensive queries, which is taking longer time, where you can start analyzing the queries. It will help us lot to troubleshooting whenever you are working with the performance tuning. Okay, this is what complete about how activity monitor will works, and what kind of information we can get it. Okay, and next tool where Microsoft is offered is generate script. So this is what the slide where I mentioned clearly what kind of information you can find in the activity monitor: overview, process, resource weights, data file IO, and recent expensive queries. You will get the complete expensive queries information. What is the CPU? How many physical rates you have performed? How many logical rates you have performed? How many logical writes you have performed? On which database the queries has been? So you will get complete information from the activity monitor, instead of you running on the DMVs like a DM underscore exec underscore query underscore stats to get the expensive queries. We can also get the same level of information from the activity monitor. Okay, now let's go into the one more tool where Microsoft has been provided, that is generate script. So at DBAs and the developers managing the environment, actually the DBAs and developers both are using the SQL instance, and both are using the databases, and developers are performing inserts or updates or deletes or create, and so activities. And DBAs are also performing taking the backup, securing our databases, all such kind of activities. So either DBAs or developers, we wanted to manage the environment, manage the databases. So while managing, we used to take multiple copies, sometimes where the requirement the following task like DB refresh from production database to lower environment. So for example, if you wanted to downgrade your SQL instance or SQL databases from so for example 2019 to 2017 or 14 or 16, somewhere you need to downgrade. So backup and restore is not compatible, attach and detach is not compatible. Okay, so in that scenario, mostly we'll try to prefer generate script. Generate script is compatible to the downgrade version from the higher versions. Like if you wanted to take the schema level backup, tables, data, store procedures, functions. Okay, so mostly we'll prefer generate script. Usually using generate script, the major advantage is two things. One is where you can script out complete schema, a complete schema. Sir, schema is like tables or views or stored procedures or functions or users or roles. Okay, or catalogs, like full text catalogs. You can script out the complete schema, and also you can get the data. So for example, you wanted to script out the data for specific table, so you can also script out the schema along with the data. So we already know about the backpack, so backup package. So mostly backpack is like a similar kind of generate script where it is also support the downgrade. Okay, so where it is also taking the complete schema along with the data. Sometimes we do not require the data. So sometimes we do not require the data, and we have the requirement to export and import all the objects in the destination database. So for example, you wanted to export only structure, export only data, export only stored procedures, export only the views. So views having the structure, stored procedure having the structure, functions having the structure. So if you wanted to export only such kind of objects or schemas, better try to prefer generate script. uh, we'll try to prefer the generate script. Okay, out of that generate script, we have couple of options has been changed, like enhancement done from the Microsoft, like a script for drop and create, script for server version, script for database engine edition. Okay, script only logins, object level permissions, owner statistics, type of data to be scripts, tables, views, options. So lot much of enhancement done on the generate script as well. Let me show you how to use the generate script and what are the options are available, what are the enhancement done, and what are the options we need to select whenever we are going to script out the schemas, whenever we are going to script out the objects along with the data. Let's open the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, and so on which database we wanted to export that using generate script. Okay, so you need to right click on the database, go to the task. So you will get option called generate script. So click on generate script. Okay, so with using it will open a new wizard. It contains the generate script for the database objects. This wizard will generate a script of the selected database objects firstly. Okay, when you click on next, when you click on next, script the entire database and all the objects. So if you wanted to script out entire database and all the objects, you can choose this option. I don't want to script out entire objects along with all the data. Okay, then I can go for the select database objects. So in that, you can select the tables, views, store procedures, user defined functions, user defined data types, users, database roles, DDL trigger, XML schema collection, schemas, and full text catalogs. So you can script out all these objects, and you can also select required objects if you want. So for example, I'm selecting a couple of tables on the table wizard, and when I go for views, I'm selecting entire views, because views contains only the structure, but table contains structure along with the data. So selecting the views, selecting the stored procedures, or you can select the required stored procedures. And if you wanted to select the users, we can select the users. And if you wanted to select the database roles, user defined database roles, it will select the user defined database roles along with the predefined roles and under the schemas. So these are the objects which are available. We can select everything using the generate script and click on next once you've selected. Now here one main thing is you need to click on advanced, and here there are lot much of options are available. Lot many options are available. So for example, you are using ANSI padding and appending the file and check the object extension. See, uh, where we have, when you scroll down, script out the drop and create script. Here we are only script outing the create. If you wanted to use a drop and create, so it will drop the object and it will recreate the object using the create. So I can script out the drop and create and extended store procedures. Okay, and also which version you want to use this generate script, whatever once you are going to generate these scripts, where you wanted to execute, either in the same version, or it can be 17 or 16 or 14 or 12 or 8. You can select any one of the version. Also, which edition you are going to perform this activity, you can also select the edition. And also, you if you wanted to select here, so you can also select the standalone or Azure. So if you wanted to upgrade this using generate script, you are going to upgrade the entire the objects and the schemas to cloud Microsoft SQL Server Azure. Then you can select Microsoft Azure SQL database, and you wanted to script out the logins, script out the object level permissions, and script out the owners. So we have lot much of enhancement done on generate script as well. And here one more very interesting is type of the data to script. So here three options are available. If you want only structure, go and select the schema. If you want only data, go and select the data only. If you want to do both schema and along with the data, go and select schema and data. Go and select schema and data. And also there are a lot many options. If you want to do foreign key, make it as a true. If you want to do search full text, if your database or enabled full text indexes, then enable that true, make it true. It will also capture the full text indexes information. Primary keys, trigger, if you wanted to capture, you can enable true. So you can set your requirement, what kind of objects you wanted to replicate, what kind of data you wanted to replicate. Okay, means you wanted to script out, so you need to select all this required option, then click on OK, then click on OK. And you wanted to save this entire whatever you are going to generate in a single file, or each object in a separate file, that is up to user. So where you are going to select, either you wanted to select in a single file, or you wanted to select in every object in a separate file, that is up to us. And if you wanted to overwrite, if any existing files are available, we can overwrite this option, or you can go for open a new query window, or save it a clipboard and you can use it later, or you can directly open in a new query window. As of now, let me open a new query window, then click on next, then click on next. Now it is going to generate the script for us. It is to generate the complete script, whatever the objects and schemas we've been selected. It is going to script out everything, and it is trying to open in a new query window. It will generate complete in the new query window. Meanwhile, let me go and discuss one more tool, that is import and export. So using generate script, okay, before I go to import and export, using generate script, mostly we'll try to prefer to script out the schemas, or like structure of the objects, that can be table or stored procedure. Mostly we'll prefer, sir. Along with, you can also prefer to on the medium scale databases. Don't go for large scale databases using generate script, sir. Whenever you can generate the script for large scale databases as well, but whenever you are trying to open the file, you will get the file is too large. So mostly we never prefer on the large scale databases. Try to prefer the medium scale databases like uh, f- uh, 1 GB, 2 GB databases, right? Better prefer that kind of like 10 GB is also fine, 20 GB is also fine sometimes. Okay, better prefer small scale databases using generate script. So as per my suggestion, mostly you try to prefer for store procedures or views or functions. If you wanted to replicate the store procedures, if you wanted to replicate the views from one instance to another instance, because it is a structure, right? Stored procedure contains the schema structure, views contain the structure, so functions will contain the structure. But when you go for tables, you definitely will see the structure along with the data. That data depends on how used your table is. So better, my suggestion is whenever you go for generate script, mostly try to prefer for the uh, schema migrations. So that will be very good. And also whenever you wanted to downgrade your databases, so for example, you upgraded your SQL from 2012 to 2019 or 2012 to 2017. After a couple of days, your application team is coming to you and asking, hey, my performance is impacting. I'm impacting. I don't want SQL Server 2019, 2017. Can you please again downgrade to my entire database to older version? Now it will become bit challenging because backup and restore is not compatible with the downgrade, and important. Like attached data is not compatible with the downgrade. So either you need to go for import export, or you need to go for generate script, or you need to configure the replication. So replication is the best technique mostly will try to prefer whenever you wanted to downgrade SQL instance. Whenever you wanted to downgrade SQL instance, out of that, generate script also best technique whenever your database is too small. Whenever your database is too small. Yes, sir. Now you can go and watch. It has been generated complete script. Now you can copy this script. Now you can copy this script and you can go and connect to the different instance. Now I wanted to connect to the different instance, and let's go to the different instance. Now I wanted to execute in this instance, in this database, same uh, whatever been using on the source server. Now you can go and execute this option. Now that is how generate scriptable. You can script out the schemas, datas, and you can copy to the destination location, and you can execute it. That can be on-prem to on-prem. That can be on-prem to cloud as well. So whenever you want to, you generate script is compatible from on-prem to on-prem, and also it is compatible with on-prem to cloud as well. Either it can be IaaS or it can be PaaS environment. So there may be dependency objects which is not yet captured, so you will definitely get some warning. But mostly, so almost a couple of objects and the data has been captured. Okay, you can try to refresh, and you can find the table. One table has been replicated, and you can go to the views. Views are not replicated, and go to the system procedure. SPs are replicated, and go to the securities. Users have been replicated. So some dependencies definitely we not properly generated the script, right? Some dependencies has been failed. So mostly SPs, views, tables, along with the data. You can also see sir data has been captured. So using generate script, you can export the structure along with the data. Okay, now we are going to discuss about complete about import export. Okay, hope everyone understand. Okay, generate script. Now we are good to explain about one more tool called import and export. So using import and export wizard, using import and export wizard, we can do lot much of things, sir. Means you can export the data, sir. Import exports are compatible only for tables and views. You can export or import tables and views, but you cannot export store procedures. You cannot export the indexes. You cannot export the integrity constraints. You cannot export the functions or triggers like generate scripts. That is one of the major drawback with using import and export. So using but there are lot much of advantages are available when you compare with generate script. Like you can connect with the SQL to SQL, SQL to Oracle, SQL to flat files, SQL to Excel, SQL to Microsoft Access, which we are going to discuss now, and we can connect to SQL to Azure Blob Storage. We can connect to ODBC, connect to PostgreSQL or MySQL. Lot much of uh, we can do lot many things using import and export wizard. Not only for SQL to SQL, sir. You can do like as many as database management system. If you are already configure ODBC connection like Oracle ODBC connection, PostgreSQL ODBC connection, MySQL ODBC connection. Once you enable the ODBC connection, you can connect from SQL to Oracle and you can export or import the data. So that kind of flexibility is available when you go for import and export wizard. So let's go and try using import and export wizard. Okay, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, and how to use import export for Excel, for MDB database, for SQL to SQL. Let's do the practical ones. Okay, for that again I'm back to SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, let's open SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, now again back to same database, sir. Right click on Adventure Work 2017, go to the task. Okay, so you will get two things. One is import data, export data. Anything, sir, you can click it. So or you can go to the tools also. You will get import and export setting as well. You will get some kind of settings in the tools window as well. As of now, just focus on the tool import and export wizard. You can click on import or export. It will directly open a wizard, then click on next. Okay, what is your source server? So whenever your source is a SQL, try to choose SQL native client or try to choose okay SQL ODBC. Sir, we have Oracle ODBC, we have SQL sub Microsoft OLTP provided for the SQL server, which is much faster when you compare with SQL server native client. You can choose Microsoft OLTP provider for SQL server. If your source is SQL and destination is also SQL, you need to select this option, or you can select SQL native client. So for example, I'm selecting SQL ODBC provider because I told you, right, it's much faster. And choose my instead of clicking down arrow button, better prefer to copy the instance name, sir, and paste it here. It will make something faster. It will make something faster. One second. Okay, now click on paste your instance name. Just drag here. Okay, and go to the which database you want to prefer. Choose Adventure Works 2017 database and choose Windows authentication, or you can prefer SQL authentication. As everyone knows, Azure SQL database is not compatible with Windows authentication. Whenever you are going to uh, export the data from on-prem to cloud, you need to choose the SQL authentication, provide the SQL login, and provide the password. So this is my source server. And what is your target? If your target is SQL, then you can select okay Microsoft OLTP provider for SQL Server, or you can select the SQL native clients. Let's go and select the SQL native client. And I don't want prod instance. Let me go and perform to the different instance. From one instance to another instance, I am going to perform import and export. So let's go and select the stage instance, and I just wanted to make into EC2 database. I created a database EC2 DB, and I wanted to export into the EC2 database. Then click on next. Or if your destination is Excel, you need to select the Excel. So Microsoft Excel. If your destination is flat file like a test document, sir, flat file is a test document, then you need to select the flat files. If your destination is Oracle, then you need to select the Oracle. If your destination is PostgreSQL or MySQL or SAP HANA, so if your OLTP is enabled, then you can go and select the SAP HANA or PostgreSQL or MySQL. That is what is your destination. So as of now, my destination is SQL. I'm selecting preview. Preview, yes. Click on next, click on next, and click on finish. Okay. Oh, this table is already existing. Okay, 1 second. Let me refresh. If table is already existing, definitely it will fail. Okay, let me drop the tables before I perform import export. Let me clear the objects in existing destination server. Then let me perform. Okay, now, okay, 1 second, sir. Let me do once again, because it is pointing to the different instance which is not part of in my server. How it is getting. Okay, go on, select SQL Server native client and provide the instance name. Oh, how come? Provide the instance name prod, and let me expand this wizard, sir, and choose the database adventure works, then click on next. Again, choose SQL Server native client and provide stage, and just try to connect to this database EC2 and verify any objects are available in this database currently. So I hope no databases are no. Okay, currently 3 tables are available. Okay, so then click on next. So try to copy the data. So using import and export, we can copy the tables along with the views. Okay, so prefer that option and select the tables. Okay, sales dot details, sales order headers. Okay, and you can click on edit, and you can try to prefer. If your destination contains the data, you can drop and recreate the existing table. And if you wanted to enable the identity insert, if your source table contains, enable the identity insert. As of now, identity is nothing but every column it will generate uh, a unique number automatically. As of now, currently in our tables, whatever we selected, that table doesn't contains any identity insert. So we are not selecting enable identity inserts. Okay, then click on OK, then click on preview. Yes, data is mapping. Then click on next, then click on next, and click on finish. Now it is trying to export the data, but the execution got failed because there are dependency table drop, because I don't have any existing tables, sir. The drop has been failed. Apart from my data is successfully copied, and it's already copied. How many rows are available in source server? In target also it is copied. Same number of rows. Then click on close. We can go and verify whether our tables has been replicate or not. So here the major one thing you will notice, when I go for sales details in the source table, okay, when I go for keys, when I go for keys, okay, so when I go for source table, it contains the keys. Whenever I perform import and export, the major drawback is it cannot copy any keys. It should not, it cannot copy the indexes as well. So nothing, sir, it will directly copy the structure of your traditional structure of your table along with the data. That is one major drawback you will notice with import and export. Again, you need to export the keys like primary keys or foreign keys or not null or check or integrity constraints manually. You need to again script out, and again you need to recreate on the, like, alter into the destination server. That is the one major drawback using import and export. It should not copy any, it won't copy any keys along with the indexes or nothing. So it will just copy the traditional table along with the data. That is one thing using import export. And also I told you we can do lot many things using import and export. Let's go and perform other activities. Like, just now we discussed about from SQL to SQL. Let's go for SQL to Excel. So when you want to export from SQL to Excel, then right click on here, go to the task, and go to the export and click on next. Okay, then choose my source is SQL Server native client, where I'm going to perform, and my destination is Microsoft Excel. So we need to select Microsoft Excel, and where, for example, I already created one Excel which is not having any data, sir. In this Excel, it contains just no data, just it's empty Excel which I created. Now I'm just trying to load the data. So now go to here, wizard, and choose the Excel whatever you created. Then click on open and click on, sir, first row how has column names. So whatever I am trying to load into the Excel, I am telling that first column contains the first column is nothing but a column names. So whenever you are exporting to the Excel and importing into the SQL also, you need to be careful. The first column is a column name, first row is a column name. Then click on next, then click on next, and choose which object you want to replicate into the Excel. Okay, now I am trying to export the sales order details, sales order details. Then click on preview. Yeah, my preview is okay. Then click on next. Okay, so some kind of warnings you will see definitely, and in case if it is not blocking your, then you can go and ignore these warnings symbols. Okay, then click on next, click on next, and click on finish. Click on finish. Now again something is blocking here. Okay, the create table. Okay, so the Excel. Okay, so sometimes here the very strange thing is Excel is open, sir. By mistakenly you open the Excel sheet. Okay, so that is the reason it is blocking. Just go here and click on again finish. Now it will trying to copy. Because please, whenever you are performing this activity, don't open Excel sheet. Don't open Excel sheet. Okay, let's see the error, and let's go into the Excel sheet. Okay, and try to open the Excel. Try to go to the uh, uh, where my Excel is available and try to open it. Will it is captured or not? So it created one sheet, and it has been exported your data. Exported your data. See, exported your data. So it has been created. So basically, whenever you are trying to export into the Excel, you will see lot of challenges even in real world as well. So either I either best preference is maybe whatever the data being desired in that table, it is not compatible with Excel. Again, you need to cross verify with your application team, and either you can go and prefer some other mechanism, either go for the flat files or go to the MDB database. So better, instead of Excel, you can keep every data in the MDB database. So MDB database can be created using the Microsoft Access. So if you have the Microsoft Access, so Microsoft has been installed, search for Access. So when you search for Access, you will get Access. Try to open the Access and create a blank database. Create a blank database. Now try to go and create in the desktop that my database name is okay AD 2017, AD 2017, and my extension is ACC Access DB. This technically you can also call it as a Access database, or you can also call it as a MDB database, which you can create only if your Microsoft has been installed. Then click on OK, and then click on create. Once you create MDB database, okay, close the MDB database which is created. Now go to your here, right click on here, go to the task, click on export the data, click on next, and choose SQL native client, because this is my source server, this is my source. Drag here firstly and click on next. Here you need to select Microsoft Access. Here you need to select Microsoft Access and try to select okay MDB database. See MDB database, but you need to select all and access ACCDB. Earlier it is MDB database. Now our extension has been renamed to ACCDB. Try to select this ACCDB, then click on next. Okay. Okay, so better we need to do one thing here. Okay, this is the one of the challenge, because whenever your Microsoft MS Office is the latest, whenever you are performing using SSMS import export, you will see a lot of such kind of warnings. So nothing, sir, you need to do. Just try to, not this Excel, sorry. So MDB database, try to save this MDB database. Okay, save as. Okay, save as. Okay, in the format of. Okay, we cannot save this. Okay, then we can do one thing. Let me go here and okay. Let me choose. Okay, let me select once again. Okay, click on next. It's not compatible. Let me do one thing, sir. Let me open SQL Server Management Studio on 2014. Okay, instead of 2018, let's open on the SQL Server Management Studio on SQL Server 2014, and let's try once. Because as I told you, right, whenever your Microsoft version is highest version, you will definitely will see such kind of challenges even in the real world as well. Mostly in real world, so no SQL server servers will get Microsoft installed. So you need to create outside of the server, and you need to copy MDB database to the server using the shared folders. Okay, try to connect here first. Okay, now using import export, we'll try using import and export. So as I told you, right, whenever you are performing import and export, you will see a lot of challenges whenever you are moving to the Excel or whenever you are moving to the MDB database, a couple of challenges you will see. Click the export database. Click on next. Okay, then my source server is SQL Server, right? I'm so sorry. Okay, this is the database. Then click on next, and this is my SQL destination is MDB database. Go and select and prefer this option. Then click on next. Using SQL Server Management Studio, also we are having same issue. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me change to MDB. Yes, I just changed to MDB database, sir. Now let me try to prefer this one. Let me search this one, MDB database. Okay, now click on next. Still SQL Server Management Studio is not accepting MDB database. Um, Anyway, we can change the version. Yeah, let me do one thing, sir. Okay. Uh, Let me keep it as a old SSADB only. Okay. And let me open here and let me save this. Save as Access 2000 and 2003. Okay. Let me save in the old format, sir. Instead of storing in the new format, let me save it in the old format. Okay. And click here and save. Okay, and save it as a MDB database. Now you will get option to save into 2000 2003 MDB database. Let's go and select in the desktop. Let's go and select in the desktop, sir. Now better, let's see whether we are able to find or not. Okay, now I find AD SQL Server 2017 MDB database. Hope this time it should allow. Yeah, it should allow, sir. As I told you, right? So latest Microsoft version, sometimes the SQL Server Management Studio is not accepting. Not accepting. Just you can save this file into the uh, older version and you can access from the SQL Server Management Studio. Now, again, I'm trying to export sales order details because this table contains lot of data and okay, lot of data, and click on preview. Yes, my preview is okay. Then click on okay. Then if something goes, just ignore the errors and ignore the truncation as well. Go to the next, click on finish. Click on finish. Now it is trying to export the data to the MDB database. So whenever you are trying to perform to Excel, okay, so better you can save the Excel in the older version, the not latest version like 2000, 2007, 2002, 2003. Save in that format. Definitely your SQL Server Management Studio will accept the connections. Okay, now successfully done. Close. When you open MDB database, you can see the your table, and when you double click on here, you can see the data as well, complete data. That is how you can export the data from import and export to the MDB database or Access database. Hope you understand the import and export, how to export from SQL to SQL, how to export from SQL to Excel, how to export from SQL to MDB database. So same how you can try to import and export using on-premises to Azure SQL database as well. So hope this video help you a lot to understand how these three tools are uh, working, and what is the nature, and what exactly this tool will help us a lot as a day-to-day our task. And you can find lot many videos where you can watch my YouTube channel, where you can get a lot of free videos where you can go and watch it. Okay, hope this video help you a lot, and so make more interactive. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to click and subscribe, and click the bell icon. Whenever I create a new videos, you will get the notification. Thank you.